Hey guys, it's Fida and today I've come up with a really delicious orange cake. So this is just like any other normal cake, but then it's gonna be flavored with orange. It's gonna be orange. So we have a basic cake layer into which we're gonna flavor it with orange. I'm gonna be using some orange zest and some orange juice to flavor the cake. And that cake is a really moist and super moist cake. I'm showing you an eggless version, but you can also replace it with eggs. And the next step is the frosting. So like I normally do, it's just normal whipped cream frosting. And then I'm showing you how to make an orange glaze. So without any further ado, let's get on to making it. First step is to sift all the dry ingredients. For that, here I have a parchment paper and all the dry ingredients here. So this is baking soda, half a teaspoon. This is baking powder, 1 teaspoon. And this is cake flour. So basically I've not made the cake flour. I've taken 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour with 2 tablespoons of corn flour. So that's how you make cake flour. You need totally 1 cup of cake flour, that's it. I'm just gonna sift these ingredients right now. So if you want the recipe to the cake flour, I'll leave a link in the description down below. I've uploaded it in a previous video. And here is the parchment paper, so I'm gonna sift all these ingredients. So you need to sift it 5 times at least. I'm going to transfer this again into the bowl and sift it again. So I've sifted it 5 times. I'm going to transfer this to a bowl and then I'll keep it aside until we prepare the wet ingredients. Next, here I have another bowl into which we're going to prepare the wet ingredients. I'm going to add in half a cup of sugar, with half a cup of yogurt. So instead of half a cup of yogurt, you can either use 2 eggs, one teaspoon of vanilla extract, 4 tablespoons of oil, that's exactly 1/4 cup. Along with it, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of orange zest. So this is grated orange zest, so that's what you need for the recipe. Now all you gotta do is just use a spoon or any whisk. It's fine if you use a spoon also, it's very easy, you just have to mix it up, so you can also use a spoon. And now we just have to mix it up. So now it's mixed up and you just need to slightly mix it, not too much. Into it, I'm going to add in the dry ingredients. And just mix that lightly. And here I have half a cup of orange juice. Now you have to pour in slowly and keep mixing until the batter is smooth. And now into this batter, I'm going to add in a little bit of food coloring. So the food coloring is totally optional. You don't have to add it because it has a lot of flavor already. And the food coloring is not going to give any flavor. So I'm just adding it for a nice color. That is the reason I'm going to add a little bit of food coloring. So now I've mixed the batter up. And in the batter, there is going to be a little bit of orange zest lumps. So you don't have to worry about that. You just have to break down the lumps of the flour and then it's gonna be fine. And here the batter is ready. I'm going to pour it into the baking pan. So here I have my baking pan. This is a 6-inch baking pan, and I've brushed it with oil and lined it with parchment paper. So if you don't have parchment paper, you can either just dust it with some all-purpose flour, and it's going to be perfectly fine. It will come out of the cake really well. This is a 6-inch pan and around 2 inches tall. I'm going to pour the batter into the pan. And I'm going to keep this in a preheated oven for baking. And now here the cake has cooled completely after it's baked. You can insert a skewer and check if it is baked and then keep it for cooling. And then take it out of the pan once it's completely cooled. After that, remove it from the tin and also remove the parchment paper and then cut it into 3 layers. The easiest way is using the thread method. Then we can start frosting it. So put some sugar syrup on your first layer of cake and then spread some whipped cream frosting. Keep the second layer, brush some more sugar syrup and then put the frosting. Keep the third layer after brushing the sugar syrup, and then you can crumb coat the full cake. Crumb coat is just a very thin layer of frosting so that all the crumbs are sealed up. And after that we can do the final layer of frosting. So in the final layer of frosting, none of the crumbs will be there. So always do a crumb coat to seal all the crumbs, just a very light layer of frosting. And once the crumb coat is chilled completely, that is for around 2 hours, you can do the final layer of frosting. And in this layer of frosting, the crumbs shouldn't be seen that much, but I'm not frosting it very thick. I'm just doing a very light coat, so a little bit of the crumbs are seen. And once you've smoothened it out really well, keep it for chilling. And while the cake is chilling, we can make the orange sauce. That is the orange drip. For that, into a saucepan, add in 2 teaspoons of corn flour and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Then pour in the orange juice. So I've added some food coloring into the orange juice so that the color of the glaze is really bright. Now mix that up really well without any lumps, and then you can keep it over heat and keep stirring until the corn flour thickens and the mixture should be a really nice and thick glaze kind of consistency. So keep whisking until then. And here the mixture has kind of thickened. You don't have to keep thickening it again and again, because after it cools it's going to thicken again. And also if you want, you can add in a little bit of white chocolate so that the color becomes a little bit more lighter and more like orange. Then put it into a piping bag, and then I'm going to drip it on top of the cake. So this is just the decorating part. If you want, you can avoid the orange glaze and do your own decoration that you like. The decoration of the cake is up to you. And then you can pipe with the whipped cream that is left. And in any white area, just put some more of the glaze. And next here I have some chocolate decorations. This is white chocolate that is dyed yellow color, and then some dark chocolate also on top of it. These are just the decorations that I used in my vancho cake. So just keeping some decorations, some random decorations. You can put any decorations that you like. And there the cake is ready. And it can be served. Now I'll cut it and show you the inside. It's a really soft cake and all the layers can be seen really well. I'll cut it and show you. And the cake is super delicious. If you're a fruit lover, then you will love this cake. You can see all the layers and the cake is really soft. I hope everybody tries out this recipe. It's a really delicious recipe. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you liked it, and if you did, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also send your feedbacks in the comment box. Thanks for watching. Love cooking. Bye bye.